1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah, baby! Welcome to the JpH podcast. Dirty laundry and white lies.
Hear a voice whisper in my ear. Man, it sounds like some bad times coming. Got the message crystal clear. Pack my bags and I hit the ground running. I'm a fool. I got nowhere to go. I'm a fool. It's starting to show. Try to hide from the demons inside that talk to me just to keep the heart racing. Try to run but they match my stride. Lead me right to the high I've been chasing. I'm a fool, ready to go. I'm a fool. I already know.
Oh, yeah. The soothing sounds of Mr. Kalen Wheeler out of Port Clinton, Ohio. Well, as most of you know, it's been a while.
A little bit.
And
You got a
more ways than
countdown over
one.
there? Are you pulling up how long it's been, or
No, I was
is
turning
it too
off
far
my,
to count?
I was something like that there. But so we hope you're here. Hello, are you there?
You know, some people have like those countdown to vacation clocks. We need like a count away from the last episode.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty bad. I learned a very important thing. Don't ever set a resolution at New Year's on a podcast.
We got a lot to cover since then.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. So real quick,
Oh, man.
not to overshadow what we just played there. That was our guest, Kalen Wheeler.
Yes, correct.
And Kalen was actually on our last episode that never aired.
And probably won't in full entirety.
Yeah, and that was featuring a friend of the podcast, Jordan We Want,
Yes.
on guitar and backing vocals. And
Well, Jordan
unfortunately,
picked Kalen.
Jordan did pick Kalen to come here. Unfortunately, we set Jordan a little too close to our soundbite machine, and
Yeah.
it's pretty much uneditable from there.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we will sporadically release bits and pieces of it throughout the year. So,
Yeah.
but we thought Kalen definitely deserved his time on the podcast because he's a very good singer and a very good songwriter. And
Yeah, he does.
Out of Port Clinton, Ohio, man, he's got that good, southern voice. with
Yeah,
it.
and he does a lot of country music, and you guys know that I am not a country music fan
Correct.
at all.
Right.
Me neither.
However, the day he came here, which was Easter,
Easter,
Yeah.
actually, the day it was Easter. Actually,
yeah,
Easter Day.
we
yeah.
did it on Easter Day.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff in that podcast that, like you said, we're going to have to release in
Yeah.
bits and pieces. But one of the things that happened is you had to leave, Jamie,
Right.
because you had to get to your family because it was Easter.
Yeah.
So as he was performing his last song, you took off. Me and Tony were so blown away by his last song. We're like, get back in here. And for the first time ever, we called him back in.
Right.
And we record beyond
Right.
that last song and talked to him about the last song because it was very good. And I told him, I said at that point, I said, you could probably turn me to country music because I think his voice is
His
great.
voice
And I like the way
and
he
his
does
style
it.
too. It's
Yeah.
not all twangy.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
And by the way, my lawyers will be getting with you about that recording when I was gone. We'll talk about that another time.
What? Oh my God.
But welcome back, everybody, to the JpH podcast. We are back here, and we are happy to be here at Rock House Studios with the owner and our producer, Mr. Tony Taylor, in the house.
Yeah.
And one of my best friends, my thorn to my side, my fork to my spoon, Mr. Matt Alum.
What's up?
And our guest today from Bourbon and a Baby, Mr. Jay Robbins, man. What's going on,
Hello,
man?
thanks for having me.
Hey,
Oh,
Jay.
man.
Thanks for being here.
Good
man.
to have you
Yeah.
here. Jay is a good friend of mine that I've known for many years, and we'll probably get into that a little bit later. There's some funny stories to go into that. But, yeah, Jay's got a podcast, Bourbon and a Baby, and he
Yes.
started before we did.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yep.
And I think he records a little bit more regularly than we do.
Just a little bit.
I have my patches though, where it gets long breaks in between episodes.
But
So
Jay came to this idea because he knows how you always have a bourbon with your beer.
Always.
You know.
Without
Always.
question.
There's never a time he doesn't.
In my defense, I did get busted by him a few weeks ago at Dave and Stacy's wedding because
You didn't
they
have
didn't
a
provide bourbon.
yeah, he did not have a bourbon. He was drinking a beer.
It was beer. But,
Oh, wow. Wow.
Unfortunately, it was out of my control. And no
Oh,
offense,
so
Dave.
excuses,
Sorry, man.
excuses.
I'm just not a white crawl guy, but that's cool, man.
So Jay came to us and he goes, "Hey, yeah, I forget where we were. Something you and I were doing together." And Jay said, "I really want to do a podcast with you guys. I go on your show, you come on my show." He goes, "I'll introduce you some good bourbons." He won't because I don't like bourbon. Period.
We're gonna bring him over to the dark side.
Yeah, we
I
will.
will say I did
Change
go
him.
on a bourbon taste testing with Jay for his birthday earlier this year, though. And there was one I did not like it, but I'm like, okay, I could drink that
That's doable.
if I had to.
Do something
Yeah.
doable.
Yeah.
Right.
So
What was it, peach fuzz?
no,
Fuzzy
it was a
navel or
regular
some shit.
that first.
Middle West spirits.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So it wasn't bad. It was. I mean, wasn't that bitey flavor that you normally get from a whiskey, but we'll get into more of that later. So Jay's gonna definitely introduce us to some bourbon, and we're gonna
I'm so excited.
yeah.
I'm like a kid. I'm like a
Yeah.
kid at
Yeah,
a
I'm not a
candy
big
store.
bourbon or whiskey fan either, so this is going to be fun for you and I.
Well, I'm excited to have Jay on the podcast.
Oh, I am
Like
too.
said, I've known Jay a long time. And I don't really listen to podcasts much, but I do watch Jay's from time to time. So should be interesting to have him on here. And then I'm looking forward to going on his and looking at video for the first time.
Right.
That's kind of scary.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah, we'll get your faces out there.
I already have my
It'll be
costume
fun.
picked out. I mean, it's
Your
gonna be great.
costume.
Oh, yeah. I got
He's going to be the drunk guy.
Now, in order to get over to Jay's podcast, we need to release this one first. So let's not put the cart before the horse here.
All right.
Oh, God.
If we
yeah.
release this one, we'll be on Jay's podcast.
It's getting released.
To be announced.
We just won't hit this button a lot.
All right. That's
That's the button that
one
got
and
us in
only
trouble.
for the rest of the podcast.
Yes,
I don't ever want to hear that again for a long time.
It's been
ever
a
for a
long
long
time. What are you
time.
talking about?
Still
It's
in
been
my
6
head.
months.
It's like I went to bed with nightmares hearing that noise.
So when we were trying to edit that, didn't Jen, like after the first hour, say, I can't take this
Not even an
anymore?
hour. Yeah,
Yeah.
Not even an hour in. Yeah, it was. Sometimes Jen sits with me and goes over some of my ideas with the cuts and stuff, and she literally is like, "Oh, I can't do this no more. This is ridiculous. Just can you please turn that down?" I'm like,
It was that bad.
and I put my headphones on, and I'm like, I don't want to hear this in my headphones. I'm like, so yeah, it was a lesson learned.
We discussed many ways to make that podcast happen, but in the end, I think we decided.
Yeah.
We even discussed bringing Kaylin and Jordan back in here, re-recording it, but not letting Jordan sit next to the keyboard. But that takes getting everyone together, and
Yeah.
we had Jay on deck, so we said, you know what, let's just go ahead
Move
and
forward,
record
baby.
another one. Yep.
Sail the
Right.
ship.
Well, then after
ship
that,
is
we had
dope.
another false start because, like, we're going to move on from there. We're going to have Jasmine on.
Kane, yeah.
Oh,
Which has
yeah.
been a
And
nightmare with her scheduling and
Oh, yeah.
management. It's just been a nightmare.
Yeah. So there's like two
we'll have to
missteps right there
probably
just
gonna
with
have to
her. So it's like,
End up flying down to her and just show up on her doorstep and say, "Hey, guess what we're doing?" Guess what Jay showed us? He showed us how to do a simple podcast on a video. Smile. No,
Nice.
well, we'll figure that out with her later.
We will.
Too. So
yep.
yep. So it's been a while, man. I mean, we're
It's
talking
been a long
Easter. I mean, so it's been.
I mean, we had a video. We had like from that episode, we had like the beer egg hunt.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to make that an annual thing.
Well,
So.
let's not commit to it. Let's not make any
Yeah,
declarative.
we shouldn't.
Let's not make any
seems like
more
we were-
declarative statements about this podcast. Period.
Probably shouldn't have fucked
It
with
may
Easter.
happen. We might have a podcast
Hey!
again sometime in the future.
That-
we don't know.
That chain drawer seems like it's empty. Did someone steal that son of a bitch 4 months ago or what? No, but seriously, yeah, I think we're never gonna fuck with Easter again because it did not like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was.
Sorry,
So, all right,
sorry, baby Jesus.
Oh yes,
We've got a long list of things to talk about because we haven't recorded. In a
oh
while,
yes.
and we've got a short time to get there.
yeah.
just
Eastbound,
eastbound
watch
band
on
and
band
run.
and run. Little Jerry Reed for you.
So let's get with the format. And
Oh, Matt.
Tony, what are you drinking?
What am I
shit.
drinking? I got tis the season. Oktoberfest from Great Lakes.
Okay.
So
all
I
right.
saw it over at
Okay.
Aldi. So-
Really? Great
Yeah.
Lakes at Aldi.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen it there before.
Nice.
They're actually. It's a weird mix what they get there on their liquor or beer. I
Yeah.
should say.
Interesting.
Very good
And then
stuff.
wine too. My wife's got a couple of their wines and said they're okay too. So
Do we
Tea
want
has
to
to.
go with Jay next, or we want to save the guest for last?
I don't care.
Let's save the guest for last.
Best
Okay.
for last.
Yep. So go ahead, Jamie. What
All
are you
right.
drinking?
Well, being as I knew that he was going to be here, I did a twofold because I even brought a shirt.
It says Cheap Thrill.
No,
I brought a shirt too. I'm glad.
I am also wearing a shirt.
Wait, Jay. What is this before he even opens it?
That looks like Blanton's.
that is Blanton's.
Man, look at that guy. Pop quiz.
Is it-
hot
If I
Expert.
can get it, this is what I love more than Buffalo Trace. But this is like a fucking unicorn.
Well, why is that?
I'm looking at
It's
Jay because
so
I want to
stupid.
see Jay what Jay thinks about your taste here.
That's good. It's good stuff. It's
Okay.
probably
Okay.
a tad overrated in my opinion, but
Yes.
it's really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I
it
like
has
the
a lot
honest.
of hype
Because
around
it's
it.
so
that-
hard to get.
because
Which
it's so
a
hard to
lot of
get.
whiskeys have that from what I've seen like on documentaries and stuff.
Yeah.
So, okay.
What, have the hype?
Yeah.
But it's really good.
It is really good, and it's not too far from Buffalo Trace as well.
Okay.
So that's what I brought, man.
All right. So you're gonna drink bourbon on top of bourbon and no beer.
Oh, I'm probably gonna need a DD before night's over.
Oh,
Christ.
my God.
I'll
boy.
be fine.
All right.
Matthew,
knew
good
what-
job. What do you got,
Good
Matt?
job.
I knew what
Are you
today
fucking
was.
shitting me right now? What the fuck is wrong with you? You had 5 months to put
No,
together your
I'm gonna
fucking
tell you
beer, and
what.
you walk in with a Miller Lite.
No, there was a reason for this. I knew what we were drinking today, and I'm not a whiskey fan. So I needed a light beer, and I needed something that I could wash this stuff down with because I'm not going to like it.
I
know
got you a
this
water,
already.
pussy.
So I brought myself a cheap Miller Lite, and that's what I'm drinking.
What
for
is
my
going
beer.
on right now?
I don't know. The glasses are throwing me.
Miller Lite. I know. By the way, Matt got new glasses, and I'm gonna tell you they're electrifying.
He did not wear those the other day when we watched Frankenhooker.
Of course not.
No, I wore my other ones the other day. I had different ones on.
I'm telling you. Saturday night's all right. Little Elton
So,
John.
This is all you got to do. If you don't know who Matt Allen is, when you go to the bar, the douchiest one.
Wow.
That'd be me. That's me. Yeah. I'll accept that. All right. So I needed something to wash this down because this is gonna be a rough. This will be a very rough podcast for me, and you don't like it bourbon either, so I know it's gonna be rough for
Well,
you.
let's hope it
Yeah.
doesn't turn into what happened the last time we
right
got
where
drunk.
you can hear me getting drunk as
Yeah.
the podcast.
Oh,
goes
yeah.
on.
Yeah,
I hope
the
it doesn't.
misunderstood lyrics podcast.
Actually,
Yeah.
listen to that episode 2 weeks ago.
Did you?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
a
we
good
had
one.
to for making fun of me not knowing some lyrics.
All right, Jay. Jay is proudly holding a bottle of caramel colored
Holy
liquid.
shit! I just watched that, the last one you just put out.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Sweet! I was like, man, should I message this guy and tell him bring that? You brought it. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I brought a few different ones, but I'm going to start with this one since you guys do a lot of music here. This is called Blackened. This is Metallica's whiskey.
Oh,
They have
okay.
their own whiskey.
They have their own whiskey. Yeah.
right.
Wow.
So they, what they do is they source it. They don't make it themselves. So they buy it from another distillery, but then they age it, put it in black brandy barrels that used to host brandy, and then they play Metallica music at it
Yeah.
for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Really, with really low bass.
Oh
And
my
what that's supposed to
God.
do is like bring the whiskey in and out of the barrel more, which like provides more flavor. So,
Or it's all just one really big gimmick.
oh well, there are people out there that believe it is just a gimmick. Other people say that it works.
What is your thought?
Yeah, I
on
was just
this?
gonna say, what's your?
I mean, I haven't been able to try it before it goes in and then after to be able
Right,
to
right.
tell.
Taste of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But they hired a legend to kind of oversee this process, a legend in the whiskey industry, Dave Pickerel. Before he passed away, was like the last project he worked on, and he's like really well known. He says it works, so I'll take his word
Okay.
for it.
Yeah.
So that's just a little bit of what the second portion of our podcast is going to be about. Jay's going to educate us on whiskeys. We're unfortunately going to try whiskeys.
There we are.
So, and Jay's got a lot of information. If you ever watched this podcast, the first time I watched it, I was kind of amazed at how much he knew about whiskey. But I mean, you've been doing it for 3 years now, right?
Yeah, about a little over 3 years.
And
The podcast or just whiskeys in general, or
I was into whiskey a little bit before that, but the
A little
yeah, a little bit. But the podcast for
Yeah.
I started right after my son Max was born, and he's about 3.5. So
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
cool.
All right. So we will get to all that. It's going to be educational and
Yes.
probably
And delicious.
and hilarious.
Uh-huh.
But we've got a lot of things to cover. Let's
Yes.
start with our review. We did a
Yes.
shitty product review.
All right.
It seems like ages ago now,
It does.
but let's go ahead and get that. Tony brought this product to us,
Yep.
and for those of you who haven't seen it, Jamie will share this on the Facebook
Yes.
page, a picture of it. For those of you who haven't seen it, it shows up on my Facebook quite a lot, or it used to, not so much anymore. But it's a beard bib that you
Yeah,
put around your
that's-
neck, and you take suction cups and you put it up to the mirror, and you can trim your beard, and then your wife doesn't yell at you for having, or supposedly your wife doesn't yell at you for having beard trimmings on the sink. I've got my opinions from it. I was actually somewhat surprised. Let's let Tony start since he's the one that brought it.
Okay. The crazy thing is, I'm still using it.
What?
Are
I'm
you
still
really?
using it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It worked that well. Like I thought I was gonna hate it. It looked so stupid, but it's like I'm still using it. It's like wow. Like if I don't use it, it's like
No bullshit. You're actually using it.
yeah. Not right now. I mean, I'm down here.
Well, I understand that. But
But yeah, I still use it. Like,
Really? Okay.
If I don't use it, like it's a mess. Like there's a smaller mess, a way smaller mess now. I pointed that out to Tina. I was like, "Have you noticed much of a mess since I've been using this?" She goes, "Oh my god, I didn't think about it, but yeah, you're right." So
Really?
yeah,
Now, you only use it, and this part of what my review was, I'm assuming when you're trimming, not when you're actually shaving, right?
I don't shave it. I haven't shaved in like
Okay.
probably like 5-6 years.
Okay.
So
All
I
right.
just trim.
Okay.
So
don't shave nothing? Like your whole face?
no, I just trim.
Really?
Yeah, I just use my clippers and
So you would get. We don't have a rating system, but let's say we got 5 stars.
do we have to use stars?
What do you want to use?
I don't know. What could we use?
Let's use 5 hairs.
Oh,
No, that's this product. Let's use garbage bags.
all right. There we go. There we go. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. I would give it I'd probably give it 3.5 to 4 garbage bags.
Wait, but is that good or bad? Is more garbage bags bad or is that good?
Well, let's not overthink it. It's
Okay.
just like stars, but bags instead.
Okay. So 3.5. So you're giving it a little bit over mediocre.
Yeah.
All right.
It's better than average. I mean, it's not like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever.
Right.
But it's not bad.
What did you not like about it? Is there anything you didn't like about it?
Clean up.
Yes.
Trying to think of
Yep.
what I was going to do. So, like, because it's so long. And thank God it's
Right.
so long. Because I thought it was going to be, like, attached to the mirror and everything.
Right.
So, like, just the whole process and everything. It's not bad, but cleaning it, I just, like, decided to, like, just, like, dump it into the toilet. Like, I make a circle and just go, like, phoom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that might solve I might have to retry it now.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go on to my review.
Yeah.
I will say this. It was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Way better than I
It was
thought
better than
gonna
I
be.
thought it would be. so when you decide to do this, I always start growing a beard sometime in mid to late October, and then I shave my beard the first time it hits 72 around here. It's just what I've always done.
72?
That's my comfort zone.
Oh my God.
So he's no longer cold, so he can shave and
Right,
some hair. So
right.
that's cool. I get it.
So it's the first time we hit 72, I shaved. Well, it already hit 72 when you came up with this, so I had to freaking grow a beard back. But the first time I tried it, I didn't have a beard. I thought, well, let me just try shaving with it. Well, that doesn't even. It's stupid because you can't see under it.
Right.
It was a stupid idea. That was dumb on my part. I'm like, okay, where's the sink? I can't rinse my razor because I can't see anything.
Sure.
But once I grew the beard, I tried it, and it actually worked. It catches everything. But I had the same issue you did, where you have to figure out how you're going to dispose of everything it caught.
Yeah.
We got this little tiny trash can in our bathroom. So then I'd have to like try to fold up this bib and try to like funnel it into the trash can. And usually what ended up happening is instead of getting it around the sink, I got it all around the floor. And personally, I'd rather get in the sink because then Jen takes care of it.
Nice. See?
So on
That's
the
why we
floor
always
is
got
your
long here, you know?
responsibility?
No,
Oh my
but
God.
you know, on the sink you can wipe it away, but
Yeah.
maybe using the toilet, maybe that's not a bad
And you got the
idea.
fancy toilet, so do you
Probably,
flush for it.
probably why we've both been divorced, too.
That could be it. So no, I you know, it was better than I thought. Wasn't great. Would I buy it? No. I'm gonna give it I'll give it a 3 garbage bags.
There you go. Come on, Jamie. Jamie never used it. I can tell right now.
I did.
Are you sure?
I'm fucking positive.
How many times?
Once.
And he'll never use it
Wait,
again.
was it that bad of an experience? All right.
First off, I felt like a fucking idiot.
I felt like an idiot.
All right, this is not
absolutely.
something that I
Yeah,
want to
no.
fucking do, trying to be a man, go to work.
No, I felt
And
like
I'm
a
sitting there
complete
fucking
idiot.
doing this shit, and I'm like, now how do you get this fucking thing off me?
Yeah.
And I thought, well,
That's Velcro, you numbnuts.
I'll just walk it over to the toilet and dump the hair in.
You thought about
And-
the toilet too? I never
And then it
thought
went
about
all over the toilet. So guess what? Instead of
so-
me having to clean the fucking sink, I had to get down and clean the toilet. All I wanted to do was shave and go to work.
So the toilet isn't as foolproof as Tony makes it sound.
No. You got to hold it. You got to hold it and like make a tube out of it. And
And don't even get me
brush it
started
down.
with ball hair because it don't work down there either.
You're not supposed to use it down there. Like, how are you going to get the thing around?
Well,
to
I
a
was
leg
trying
and
to fully proof this son of a bitch.
It's a beard trimmer. It's not a nad trimmer.
So
Oh.
all right.
You know what I did after I cleaned that shit up off the toilet?
What?
Threw it
I
away.
threw that fucking thing away. I'd give that fucker a half a trash bag.
Half a trash.
Well, it
Whoa.
was stupid. First off, like I said, I looked like a freaking
It
moron.
was stupid in the fact it's more work than it's worth, I think. And then even when you get it clean, you didn't know this because you threw it away. You don't get all the hair off that bib, so you put it wherever you're storing it, and then you get hairs wherever you're storing it. You know.
Oh, yeah, man.
I'm going to have to give you guys a class when we get done with
It's like
this.
a walk of shame walking to the toilet with
But
this
I-
thing on my neck.
but-
Well, I'll just dump it in the toilet. Oh, that was a great idea.
But I do agree with you. It's more work than it's worth.
It's more work than it's worth?
Yeah.
more
Really?
work than what it's worth.
Really?
Not pulling to
Yeah.
Tony because he
I
uses
think
it
so.
every day.
I don't
think
use
so.
it every day. I still use it.
Hey, man.
I do.
I'll probably try it again when
Do
this
the toilet
winter
method.
comes up.
Just make a tube out of it at the end and just brush it down.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Just
I'll give it a
crinkle it up and throw it away. Move on.
If you could do that every time, like a
Life was so
disposable-
much simpler before that thing showed up.
Well, like, see what I was doing is I was putting a trash can like around my face to catch all this shit.
Holy fuck.
Yeah,
No, that's a lot of work.
What
right?
are you doing?
dude, the shit goes everywhere because I'm not shaving, I'm trimming. So like, you use a pair of clippers so the shit flies everywhere.
Okay.
All right, man.
Well, so it was. I would say it was a mediocre product. It wasn't
Yeah.
complete garbage, but
Mediocre.
it was mediocre. You're the only one that rated it below 3.
Yeah, because I'm being realistic.
He's those guys.
The
that, like when you
Ginsu
look at
knife was a
reviews-
mediocre product.
No, the
It cut-
Ginsu knife's a good product.
Beer cans in half. I mean, that
You ever
was
see those
mediocre.
1-star reviews people give
Right.
and like, oh, that guy's an idiot.
Oh,
All right. So that was our first shitty product review.
Yeah,
And we're kind of moving along through this because we got a lot to cover.
yeah.
Jamie, what do we want to talk about next as we move on? And
Oh, what would we all do? I mean, we had the rib redemption. Okay, so you know,
we had
a new
champion.
new
I mean,
champ in rib redemption after
Yeah.
3 years.
I don't
That
want
was
to keep
nice.
hearing you talk, but it's your event, so you can keep going and tell us about who won. And I have a couple questions, so
Okay.
I don't know if this is the place to ask on, but I'm
You
gonna.
know,
Yes, it is.
and I got an announcement to make here.
oh,
Yes. What is it?
I'll get to that. You guys
Mass-
aren't going to like the announcement.
Oh God.
my fuck.
You're not doing it next year.
No,
No, he's not doing it. We're not fucking judges.
Oh. Is that
What
it?
is your fucking announcement?
Before you guys even judge,
Oh my God.
the cooks said they want new palettes. So it was a unanimous decision that the cooks would like to see a new, fresh round of judges up there.
Hey,
And this is the first time I'm telling anybody. And
Hey,
I've
let's-
been debating on how to tell you guys for 6 months now or whatever it's been. Not 6
I've
months,
only
4
judged twice. Fuck them. What? Make better ribs. Don't get mad because you didn't win.
We can rotate you back in. It's just they want a new.
You couldn't
set
have,
of
you couldn't
judges.
have just shit canned me at Bike Week. I could have seen the whole show. Instead, you tortured me by going there and then.
Look, I got to do what the cooks are asking.
You know what I say?
It was
Get new
brought-
cooks.
I say rotate your cooks. Maybe somebody else would win. I really can't believe you didn't like mine. I'm sorry. It was chewy.
No, and I get their point because you use the same judges, right? And the one person that wins is going to keep winning because he's going to keep using.
But
the
that's
same
not
person.
true.
That's not true
That's not
because
true at all.
you
Look
got
what
a new-
happened
you got
this
a
year.
new champion.
We had the three
This year we
same
did,
judges
yeah.
Yeah.
This year
and
we
a
did.
different winner.
That's right.
But this was decided before we had the judging.
Oh.
So okay.
We need
So
to
what do
bring-
they got to
hey,
say now? Have
hey,
you had a committee meeting
Hey,
with them?
we need to bust out some waterworks.
No. Have you talked to them since then?
Not since then. No.
Wow.
And I haven't told Greg yet either.
Mr. Kohler.
Oh shit! You better tell before this episode gets released next week. Deb's gonna be like, Greg, did you know?
That's good stuff. It's all right, man.
I mean, we can rotate you back in
That's
eventually, but they want it to rotate is what they
So
want.
they're
you know
gonna
what I
pick
do?
their own judges.
You know what I'm
No,
gonna yeah,
That's,
right?
no,
that's a
no.
bunch of bullshit.
We're just gonna
you-
have new judges.
You know what I'm
every
gonna do?
year.
I'm gonna go there this year and fucking win it, and then hear him cry about, "Oh, it's not fair. He was a judge."
you
Can
don't
I
taste
officially
good.
volunteer to be one of the new judges?
You
What
could.
the fuck
Oh,
is going on right
Backstabbing son of a bitch.
now? Hey, this is my podcast.
I want to get the
goddammit.
ribs. I want to make sure I get the ribs.
What the
That's
fuck?
why I was a judge all the time.
What is going
I'm
on
still
right
getting all
now?
the. Okay, I still get everybody's ribs.
Wow.
Yeah, you can. Well, now you can show up in early and test them as they're cutting them.
Jesus Christ. You see Tony. You know what I'd say? I like to have white ribs. Was you the one that said that you want a new judge? Oh, he said it was unanimous, so they all said it.
Yeah, he did say that. Why you guys shake your head? You're like,
I'm
you're
going
a
to talk to
snake
Mr.
charmer.
Potter and John next week. Oh, well, I'm not going to be able to help you because I'm not good enough to judge you.
this whole summer they've known this. We've hung out with them. Man, them dirty bastards.
I don't know why your dock's floating down the river, John. Get a judge.
So there's the announcement. You heard it here first.
Wow. Thanks.
And hey, I gotta do what
Hey.
people want me to do.
It's been
I am shocked.
But he's
After everything what's happened here last year. And then Jake just jumps on that opportunity. Hey, can I be the judge? I'm not even over it yet.
but you did say it was unanimous, and you are one of the cooks.
Of course.
So you were one of the people that made the decision.
Yeah, he is.
He's a pushover.
Well,
You know, I agree. You guys are right.
Their point made
It's his
sense.
house,
Their
too.
point made sense because with the judges we've had over the last several years,
Yes.
a spicy rib was never going to win. Period. And a lot of them like to make spicy ribs, and they've dumbed that down because they knew
I love spicy
a
ribs.
spicy rib was not going to win.
And I love bourbon. And guess what? He had a little kick to it and bourbon on it. And I liked it. And it won. You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Jimmy Johnson.
What?
Jimmy Johnson. The fans stopped going to races because they said they're so mad because Jimmy keeps winning. It's not fair. It's a fucking race.
right.
What the fuck is this world coming to? I don't like the outcome. Can
That's
we
why nobody
change-
likes Tom Brady because he keeps winning all the
Hey,
time.
Here, just next year, make sure everybody gets a trophy. And
Right.
problem
There
solved.
you go.
No, I'll make sure
This
that.
is what we come down to.
I'll make sure
Participation
that.
trophies.
I'll go and give everyone one.
The Crybaby Award. Here, you all get one.
That's great.
So I apologize, but we're
Sorry,
gonna-
man.
No, you were a part of
Hey.
the decision.
You know what I hope happens? I hope fucking Mark Waters wins.
I do
Oh, man.
Mark.
I'm going to sabotage the
Mark
fucker.
may have been, maybe it wasn't unanimous. Mark may
Oh,
have been the
wow.
one that did it. But
No, don't even say
Now
that.
you're saying that was unanimous. Change your story.
Yep.
Wow.
so all right. So
No, that's
anyhow,
cool. That's fine. I'm all right.
Brad Denning was our winner this year.
Yes.
A buddy of mine from Strongsville.
I'm really glad you won, but I'm so sorry that I can't tell you what's going to happen next year with the new judges.
Well, I will tell you, Aaron Wagner was upset because she couldn't judge again.
Wow.
And then she's like, why do you get to judge again? I was told I can only judge once. So
Shit, I didn't tell her that. I don't think.
I don't
think you
understand
did.
where people get off thinking they're entitled to do our job.
You just started.
You're a cook.
You just
Cook.
started.
Oh, yeah, apparently it doesn't matter that I'm fresh blood. They want to get rid of me too.
well, you wanted to get rid of me the year before.
One
so-
year, Mark Waters' rib was better than everybody else's because they didn't know how to cook it. This year, this guy's was better than everybody else's because they didn't know how to cook it. And I'm kicked off the panel.
Jamie,
This is
Jamie's
fucking
more
pissing me
upset than
off.
I am.
Well, you've been through this twice now. And you know what? Now I can say that and not feel bad because he's an asshole. I don't fucking believe I just lost my position in the rib redemption next year. Who the fuck thought about talking about that bullshit event right now?
you did.
I know. Anyways,
Hey, we gotta get our redemption now, Jamie.
Jesus.
Judge's redemption.
what are you gonna do, Tony?
Redemption.
Boil some more ribs?
I'm gonna boil
That'll work, dude.
I'm gonna boil the shit out of those taste buds.
Oh, fucking
All right. So
man of my own. God.
So you want to move on?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's move on.
Fucking move
Let's move
on.
on. Let's keep talking about it.
Hey, okay, so whatever happened to did I miss this too because you didn't want me to come down there and judge the ribs? But wasn't Kohler going to let him have like a day to himself, or
Yeah,
did he not take it?
yeah, I forgot about that. He did say he's going to take him up on it, but I don't know where it's at.
Oh, okay, sometime.
That's kind of
sometime between now and the next event,
Yeah,
which I won't know when it is because I'm not going.
You're just not gonna go. Don't be a crybaby.
Oh no, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna have a big old sign and everything.
I can't- This is gonna be worse than when Matt won.
Oh, it's gonna be 10 times worse. Where do you think Matt got it from?
Oh my god.
Owned this
Wow.
fucker since 7th grade. Anyways,
right.
all right. Yeah, that was a fun reminiscing.
Yeah.
What do we want to talk about next?
Oh,
I want to move on.
Yeah, Jamie, what do you want to talk about next?
I don't know. I'm so distraught right now. I mean,
Well,
just-
we can talk about the Thornberry's wedding.
Oh, there you
oh yeah, we can.
Yeah.
go. Oh,
Yes,
you
I'm
got
sorry.
excited
I
about
did.
that.
Hey,
Yeah, really excited.
check this out.
Oh boy, I'm more.
You got the
he
koozie?
stole something.
I didn't steal anything.
Oh, that's Tony that would have stole something. You did.
Oh, you did
steal
steal
something. You
something.
did steal something.
All right. So I stole this picture
I didn't steal nothing.
from David If you're traveling like nonstop to them areas a lot, you
Right.
don't have to get the full book or whatever. But anyway, that's enough for me talking about how cheap I am.
No, I mean that's.
I'll tell you
outrageous.
what, it's worth it. Just pay it. You only live once, man. Do vacation when you can.
That's what I said about the pontoon boat. I only live once. Nah, I've done that, Matt. That's great.
You're
Sometimes
right.
it works,
You know what? You're right. With your luck, maybe you should just stay
Jamie
I
stateside.
even told the wife, you know what? Next year at Rib Redemption, if Bike Week is on the same date, I'm not going to Bike Week. You only live once.
Wow. No, Jamie, I'm gonna say this. With your luck, I would get the full blown passport
Yeah.
because otherwise, what's gonna happen is your little card ID. They're gonna change it, and it's gonna be no longer valid. Am I right?
I don't know if
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
No idea if you're right.
And then, like, it makes it easier, like, for your ID, like the federal ID that everybody has to get.
No,
It's easier for that too.
I don't know. That's all I got, man.
All right. We're going to listen to another song from Kalen, then we'll be back for
Oh,
bourbon.
man. Bourbon and a baby.
Looking forward to Bourbon and the Baby, not the bourbon.
Oh, buddy, I am. Yummy, yummy.
People try to tell you all the time the way that you can live your life is not a thing they want to find these days. Sitting there like scientists, pouring through their analysis of all the things you shouldn't do or say. Just keep your ass in line, you'll be doing fine. It's mighty messed up times these days. People want to tell you how to act, but they don't know shit. Matter of fact, half of them, well, they got shit for brains. Politicians on television deciding all of your decisions. Shut your mouth, boy, don't you dare complain. Just keep your ass in line, you'll be doing fine. It's mighty messed up times these days. Do your monkey dance just like a puppet on a string. Take your thoughts and throw them all away. Do just what you're told and don't you worry about a thing. Ignorance is bliss, you wouldn't want to miss your chance to make the list these days. Hardship is a scary word from everything that you've heard. It's quite the tool to keep you held at bay. And if you're trying to speak your mind, it's a system with the soul designed to shut you up, keep you all afraid. Just keep your ass in line, you'll be doing fine. Some mighty messed up times these days. Do your monkey dance just like a puppet on a string. Take your thoughts and throw them all away. Do just what you're told and don't you worry about a thing. Ignorance is bliss, you wouldn't want to miss the chance to make the list these days. Just keep your ass in line, you'll be doing fine. Some mighty messed up times these days.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Fort Clinton himself, Caleb Wheeler. Yeah, these days. I'm telling you, man, his voice is just, he's just got that, man.
Yeah, he
I
was
like it.
Did we get the name of his first song?
Fool. Yeah, it was Fooling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fool?
Fool.
Fool, yeah.
Yep.
Keep saying fooling like it's Def Leppard.
Fooling.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Kalen was excellent. Again, that will be our lost episode. Those were recorded live here for our previous podcast that will remain unreleased. But
We'll have snippets.
we'll have
here and there.
snippets, yes. But yeah, that's Kalen Wheeler, awesome guy.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Now,
another awesome guy.
one of my favorite people, but probably gonna be my least favorite guest after this.
Well, I know how it feels. 'Cause I'm
Jay
not-
Robbins, Bourbon and a Baby.
Baby.
Tell us how your podcast came to be, Jay.
All right, yeah. So really started getting into bourbon, and I wanted to do something on YouTube with bourbon, like bourbon reviews or something. And then my wife got pregnant, and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna have the time to do this. And then it just one day it hit me. I'm like, well, it'd be kind of fun to like get videos of my son as he's growing up and do some stuff with that too. So it just kind of melded into bourbon and a baby. So like the idea was I would do some videos as bourbon reviews and other ones as, you know, just dad stuff and baby stuff. And then it just clicked and it worked. And I'm a procrastinator.
So are we.
You're in good company, bro.
Couldn't tell.
You're in good company.
So I had this idea, and I'm like, I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna have this idea, and I'm gonna like start it, but I'm never gonna follow through. So I reached out to my friend and Rose's cousin Ed. He does a lot of graphic design. I'm like, if you design me a logo,
Then you
then
have to do it.
yeah, then I'm gonna have to like follow through. If you put in the work for me for free to design
For free.
this, yeah,
Hey,
then I'm gonna have to do
Down
this. So I
flipper.
just started recording it. My first ones were terrible, but as they've gone along, it's gotten better.
I will say one of my favorite things, and I'm not a big podcast listener of any sort. I barely listen to ours, and that's true.
it is true. It is true.
But I don't watch yours a whole lot. But every now and then when I catch you, when you release one, I'll watch it and just watch a little bit of it. One of my favorite parts, and I've told you this before, is your reason why Max isn't there.
Right.
Like every podcast that Max isn't
I
there,
love that too.
He has a silly reason why
Yeah.
Max isn't there. And it's hilarious just to go. You need to do a collage of all the
Mash them
different
all
times.
together.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So
have to do
yeah,
that.
that's one of my favorite parts about your podcast.
Cool.
So you decided to do this, but before that, even you were working at a whiskey bar, right?
Yeah. So I live in Tiffin, and when they first announced that they were bringing the Renaissance of Tiffin over, it was going to be a bourbon bar. I was super excited, and I was like, I've never bartended before, but I want to get a part-time job there. Otherwise, I'm going to be there regardless.
Right.
So
Right.
You'd rather make money than spend money.
yeah, exactly. So I started there. So I work there here and there. I get a great discount. They're cool enough to let me go in there and film a lot of reviews. So a lot of bottles
Oh,
I can't
cool.
get personally.
Right.
I'll
I was
go
saying
there.
that's a win-win there, man.
Oh yeah, it's,
Wow.
it's
Yeah, it's like a
perfect.
free cook-up. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Promotes them too.
they've been super cool, super supportive. So yeah, it's cool. It's nice to have that type of a place, locally in Tiffin that it's a actual bourbon bar, and you can get like good you don't have to drink bourbon if you
Right.
don't like bourbon or whiskey. You can still get really good cocktails and
And
stuff
they have
there,
some
too.
they have some craft beers as
Mhm.
well. So
Yeah.
So we went there, and we had some good drinks that you made for us and everything. They weren't bourbon based at all, and so yeah, good drinks, good, really really cool place, very unique, and
Yep.
so
So then you start the Bourbon and Baby podcast. How many years have you been doing now? You said about just over 3.
Yeah, about 3.5 years. Yeah.
And how many episodes would you say you have?
I think I'm a tad over 100.
Really?
Yeah.
man,
Wow,
I
he's
think I'm-
good.
yeah, he is. Maybe
He's
you
a
can teach us few
procrastinator.
things.
Yeah. Mine are a lot shorter usually though. So,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
and it's really easy. The bourbon ones are the easiest ones to do because I just set up my camera. I have a little spot in my basement.
Right.
I turn it on. I talk. I drink bourbon for a little bit, and then
Rate it and
and then I can edit it usually pretty quickly.
Yeah.
All the stuff I do with Max though is so much more work.
yeah.
One, because he doesn't cooperate,
Right.
What a jerk!
and I'm not.
Neither
all-
does Matt.
Yeah, right. I'm doing it in different locations, so I'm like
Right.
moving stuff. I have that base set up in the basement for the bourbon stuff, but the other stuff. So if you go to my YouTube page, you'll see I have way more bourbon reviews than I have videos with Max.
Right.
So that's
and
that's the reason.
that's the thing. Unlike ours, yours is a video podcast.
Right.
Right.
So you're seeing you do that. And I gotta say it's funny because you're a bourbon snob just like a wine snob. And I've been to wine tastings and they're like, oh, I get hints of oak or cherry. And I'm like bullshit. It tastes like wine. That's what it tastes like. And you
There's
do the
beer
same thing.
people like that too.
Yeah, there is. But Jay does the same thing. If you ever watch his face, like his lips are moving, and yeah, a little little bit of char there. A little oaky flavor. A little bit of caramel. I'm thinking, bullshit, it tastes like shit. It's bourbon. That's the only flavor I'm getting out of it is shit.
I can't wait. Oh,
I used to be the same way though. When I used to not like whiskey at all until probably about 7 or 8 years ago, and I was just had a random conversation with my wife one night. I'm like, I really want to get into bourbon, and she's like, Why? You don't like whiskey? I'm like, it just seems cool. So I forced myself to get into it, and then as you just kept going, I just started liking it.
I got a question right there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Whiskey, bourbon, what the heck is the difference?
That is a good question.
Yes.
So all bourbon is whiskey,
Okay.
but not all whiskey is bourbon.
Right.
All right.
So in order for it to be bourbon, first it has to be made in the United States. It can't be. You can't make bourbon in Mexico or in Europe somewhere.
Just like champagne is French.
Right.
Okay.
So you could have the same exact recipe, do all the same things somewhere else, but it can't be called bourbon. 2, it has to at least be made up of 51% corn. So a lot of your Scotch whiskeys they're single malts, so they're using all malted barley to make the whiskey. So bourbon's generally corn, rye, and malted barley. You can sometimes get wheat in there too, but so that's another one. It has to be a certain proof that it comes out of the still at and go into the barrel at. There's restrictions on that. And then it has to be in a new charred oak barrel. So a lot of Scotch whiskeys are aged in used bourbon barrels. They use used barrels, but for it to be called bourbon, it has to be a new barrel each time. So those are the 4 main things.
Okay. And do you like other whiskeys like Scotch or Irish or?
Not as much as bourbon or rye. I like ryes a lot too. Rye is kind of the same thing as bourbon. Most of the same rules. It just has to be at least 51% rye instead of corn.
Okay.
But I'm not huge into Scotch whiskeys. Usually that just maltiness or the peated stuff, the real smoky stuff, I'm not super into. There's a few I like, but Irish whiskeys I can drink. Canadian whiskey I can drink. Japanese whiskey is a lot like Scotch, so I don't tend to like it, but
right.
Just kind of depends.
And actually, our former guest Tom Ballas was more of a Scotch guy. If you
Oh,
remember
yeah.
when he had him in here.
Well, he had that one that had that peat, and I like that one a lot actually.
Yeah, you like the smokiness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was there. I mean, it was present.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was good though.
How many? And you probably don't know the exact number. How many whiskeys have you tested on the podcast over the 3.5 years you've been doing this?
I've officially done, I think the last one I put out was my 49th review. I've had other episodes where I've drank other things, but official reviews I've done 49.
And is it so? One of the episodes I watched, you were doing bad whiskey, so you tried 3 different ones.
Yeah.
On your other reviews, do you only do one at a time?
Yeah. If it's just a traditional review, I'll just focus on one. But yeah, sometimes I did those. Somebody sent out 3 terrible whiskeys and they were awful.
Right.
And then I mixed them all together at the end, and it made it even worse.
Wow.
It was like a bad whiskey suicide. It was terrible.
Now, how do you decide which whiskey you're going to test or sample that podcast? Does one just blow up in the social area of this, and you're like, oh, I got to try this, I'm going to put it on my podcast, or just okay, I'm going to do this one? How do you pick that?
Yeah, mostly it's just whatever, because I have a bunch now. I have a bourbon buying problem, so I've got a ton of them that I'm just like, okay, I'll do this one now. But it is nice if something new is released and I'm able to get it, and there's not been a lot of other reviews of it put out. If you can be one of the first ones, because there's one out of Cleveland that I'm blanking on the name of it.
It's like 3 different ones, isn't it? Out of Cleveland.
Well, yeah. So there's Cleveland whiskey. This one's the one I'm thinking of is they source it, but I was the first person to review it on YouTube.
Oh, man.
And that video was for a long time that was my most viewed video.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
Just because you had that edge on that.
Now-
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Have you had any offers to monetize that?
So for YouTube, in order to monetize, you have to have 1,000 subscribers,
Okay.
and then you also have to have so much watch time. So I'm at like 511, I think,
Okay.
subscribers. So if
So
you're
we-
listening and you're not subscribed,
Yes, plug that now, baby.
Yeah,
Plug that
just
now, Jay.
subscribe to Baby or Bourbon and a Baby.
Bourbon and a
yeah,
baby.
Bourbon and a Baby.
Yeah.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well.
We'll post something on the Facebook page to get everybody to hook up on that.
Maybe we'll
Yeah.
get 5 more people.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Never know.
Yeah, and it is a good podcast. It's fun to watch. I'm not even a bourbon guy, but like I said, you got that one piece. Like we've been talking about coming up with like something that we can repeat over and over. And to me,
Yeah.
that's your. Where's
Right.
Max today? Max couldn't be here because,
Right.
and it's just funny because you go back to see it. Okay, like why is Max not here today?
'Cause he's not 4 years old, and he's that much further away from 21. The last one was what you said. You know, I was dying laughing. I'm like, that's great.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, when he turns 21, I'll be 60.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll still be doing it then, and we can film our first review together.
That'd be sweet. That'd be really cool.
That's the dream.
Well, I mean, you can probably do it at 16.
True.
He's gonna be drinking by then anyhow, probably, right?
Wow.
He's a perfect angel.
There you
You know
go.
what? Speaking of that, so let's talk about that real quick. We mentioned it real quick when we were down here. You often post pictures of Max in not the most flattering of ways. Not pictures, but videos. One that I remember in particular was he was throwing a fit because he didn't want to do something that day. Go ahead and explain the story, and I'll get more into.
Yeah, so it was just one of those days. I picked him up from the babysitter. The whole car ride home, and he's just bawling for some reason. I have to like drag him into the house, screaming, crying the whole time. So I sit him down. He will not calm down. I'm like, you need to sit in a timeout until you calm down. So I sit him in a timeout chair, and he is just losing his shit. Will not stop. So at one point, like I was getting food ready, was getting our lunch together. He's still bawling this whole time. So I'm like, I'm just gonna sit down and start eating my lunch. And so I'm sitting at the table eating my lunch, and I pull up my phone, and I start filming me eating while he's just over there just having the biggest shit fit of all time. And of course, I posted it on the channel.
Yeah. And when you posted on the channel, you got some kickback from one lady in particular saying, "Oh, that poor baby, you're neglecting." I don't remember exactly what she's. Do you remember what she
Yeah,
said?
it's something like that kid needs a hug, not a timeout.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm thinking that's great parenting because he's ignoring the bad behavior and
Yeah.
not
Right.
Not
Yeah.
acknowledging it. Just-
Right.
Right.
Oh, I got.
But yeah, she went nuts on you. For
Yeah, I'm like, you come over here and try to give him a hug when he's acting like that, and see how well that works out for you. But yeah, I got tons of like negative comments, like saying that I was a terrible parent, I was neglecting or ignoring my kid. I was kicking back the responses. Like,
I thought the comments made the video even better.
For sure. I'm like, if I could do that, like recreate that somehow, and like that's what I become known for, I'm totally fine with it. I'll be that bad parent. I don't care.
Yeah, that was pretty good. All right, so
He
This
gave
is
us
the
a round already of one of his bourbons. So what'd you give us, Jay?
This is Metallica.
This
right?
is blackened. This is batch 108. One of the cool things they also do with this is each batch has its own playlist. So they tell you what Metallica songs they blasted at the barrel, so you could like put that together yourself.
so
and
do we
listen
have
to
that
it.
on the bottle?
No, you have to look it
You
up.
have to look
online.
it up and see what.
Oh, okay.
But so yeah, this is 90 proof. This is not technically a bourbon. It's a mix of bourbon and rye. So once you mix those two together, they can't
no
call it
longer
bourbon
bourbon.
anymore.
So what do
it's-
they call that?
Whiskey.
Yeah,
Just
just
whiskey?
American whiskey.
Okay.
So yeah, then it's aged in a second barrel that had brandy in it, and then they blast the Metallica music at it.
No, before we try this, have you tested this whiskey? Have you done it on your podcast?
Yeah, so this one this was like my 11th review, I think.
Okay,
so it's one of the earlier ones.
And what was the verdict? You liked it? It was middle of the road. What is it?
It's good. It's it's not something that I think's amazing. It's gonna knock your socks off, but it's really good. It's got a good flavor. It's if you're not a huge whiskey drinker It's easier to drink. It's
That's why
not.
you started us with this.
Yeah. So it's a good kind of beginner
Let's try
bourbon.
this.
All right, no, wait. You can't. He's going to tell us how we got to try this.
Oh.
All right. So first, just kind of hold it up to your nose. Don't just suck.
Jesus Christ, Taylor.
Man,
Swear to fucking God.
Don't just stick your nose in though.
God.
and
You just said
take a
hold
whiff.
it to your nose.
Out of all the people, you would think Matt would have done that with that big ass snout. And you just fucking.
I didn't even hit the button because I'm
Like a
holding
line
this
of
stupid ass
cocaine.
drink.
So hold it up to your nose. Keep your mouth open a little bit, and then kind of instead of breathing in through your nose, kind of breathe in through your mouth, and just kind of see what you can smell there.
I smell whiskey.
Jamie, what do you smell?
I smell a little of injustice for all.
Oh
Nice.
my God. We need justice after getting kicked out of the
here's
judgment.
where I will say,
No, we're not done with that either.
I do smell caramel, but I never taste
taste it.
caramel.
That happens. I mean, that happens a lot. A lot of times, what you're smelling, you don't always come through on the taste. It's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool too. But yeah, I definitely get caramel on this as well.
Yeah. So see, look at there. I'm a bourbon pro.
We'll see. Oh, this is where I wish we had the video.
Right. All right. Now, how do we taste this, Jay?
So
With your mouth.
Don't slam it.
yeah, don't just shoot it like a shot. Take a sip, kind of swish it around in your mouth a little bit, kind of let it hit your tongue, and then swallow. It's called the Kentucky Chew.
This is
That's what
so
they call that method.
I don't care about Tony. I'm watching Matt.
Have you even taken a sip yet?
That's a face of being very pleased with what he's drinking.
Oh yeah. Oh.
That is smooth.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's
Where does the smooth come in? Because I didn't
don't
get any
know.
smooth.
all right. You know what wild turkey tastes like?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Okay, well, this is 10 times smoother than
No, it
wild
tastes a
turkey.
lot like wild turkey. It tastes
World
just
turkey.
All right, so I did, let me tell you, I did the thing you said. I let it roll around in my tongue a little bit, and it got a little bit spicy.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
And
the
it-
rye.
and I was fine at that point. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be able to do this. And then as soon as I took it down my throat, I was like, oh, that's where it hit me. I think it's the back taste buds in my tongue just don't like it.
Okay.
It's all of it. It's all of it.
The whole thing.
God.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that spiciness, that's the rye that
Okay.
that you're getting there. So like a lot of really popular bourbons are wheated instead of rye, so they use wheat. So that generally takes that spiciness out, or at least down a notch.
Okay.
So people that generally don't like really bold flavors like those.
Okay.
No, rye like rye bread. Like, are you supposed to taste like rye bread? 'Cause
No.
I fucking can't stand rye.
Same idea, right? So like the same idea between eating, like the difference between eating like a white or wheat bread and rye bread. So it should be a little bit bolder.
Distinct difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's not gonna
why
taste just
this
like
is double
rye bread.
gross because it's a freaking whiskey and it's rye. Oh, God. Yeah.
Do you get any of like the sweetness? Like, because I think this has like
Sweetness.
Where
There's
is
no
it?
sweet
lot
anywhere
of
in
car-
that.
The caramel. The caramel makes it sweet.
I
You
apologize, Jay.
smelled that.
It's
You
fine.
know.
Oh, I already knew what I was walking into.
No respect. No respect.
You know, I do gotta say, you said this is where you wish we had video. Now, when we were on Jay's podcast,
yeah.
we're gonna have video of
I
it.
can't wait.
And my face never changed. It's always that horrible.
Right. I couldn't wait.
I am gonna try another little sip now that I know.
Yeah, I'm
it's
gonna
there.
finish it.
Look
Oh,
for
I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. That's asking a lot.
look for like caramel and brown sugar. See if you pick
At
up on
what
any.
point
Brown
should
sugar.
I pick up on that?
In the swirly or
Oh my God. You guys.
I get that spiciness up front on that when it
Right.
first goes in your mouth, and then as it's kind of finishing, that's where I get the caramel and brown sugar.
Oh, that's where I got the yuck. It felt like I was throwing up in reverse.
Try it again now. Now that your mouth is acclimated to the whiskey, try it again.
Okay.
get
Now,
him-
how
it'll-
long should I leave it on my tongue? Is there a limit?
No, like
Okay.
5 to 10 seconds.
5 to 10 seconds. That's torture.
my God. Guys.
Tony's counting down.
God, I wish I had fucking video.
I'm telling you, when it's on my tongue, I'm fine with it. The minute I swallow it, it's oh. And
Yeah.
no brown sugar.
No?
No syrup. No sweet.
He said no syrup. Is you looking for maple syrup?
Oh, it was all yuck.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it on the front of my tongue.
Okay.
No.
But the minute I go
No.
beyond that,
Do you have something without rye in it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Jamie, what do you think?
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
do you want to finish mine?
I don't want to drink after you. It's
No,
COVID.
I'll throw it in your damn thing.
I'm not drinking after you.
Okay.
Throw it in your hairy buffalo.
I'll pull out. So I've got Middle West Spirits. This one's actually a wheat whiskey. So this is all wheat. They don't
Okay.
use any corn or rye.
Are we doing any bourbons today?
Wow.
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
bourbons in here.
Is there a method to your madness or
Well, this one is very, very light.
okay?
So
You
maybe
said
I
the
should've-
last one was
Maybe I
too.
should have started. Maybe I should have started with this one. This one is it's a little bit higher in proof. It's 92, so it's not too much.
You
higher.
had no idea you had such finicky bitches down here.
Oh, I knew.
All right. Did you give him enough glasses, or we give him back?
I've got enough.
Okay, cool.
You got the whole stack.
All right. I washed it out with my Miller Lite. I'm good.
Not brag about that.
Meanwhile, you brought Bush Light. So what are you talking about?
I didn't say
Just
that.
because you didn't bring it up in the first segment doesn't mean you didn't bring it.
I drank my bourbon with my beer.
Oh, sorry.
It should be.
Here.
Here, I gave you less.
He gave you less. That's yours. Oh, pussy. Thank you.
Oh boy. You know what? I am going to do a hairy buffalo.
What? You are getting?
He's
Almost
making a
think
hairy
it's getting
buffalo.
Better.
You say Eddie Vedder?
We're gonna mix them all together at the end.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So tell us about this one.
All right, this one's cool because they're in Columbus. This is the place we toured.
Oh, okay.
When you went with me, so they're in downtown Columbus. It's Middle West Spirits. One of probably for bourbons in Ohio or whiskeys in Ohio. It's probably one of the bigger distilleries that's has a reach not just in Ohio. I think they're in like 30 some states now.
Oh,
Wow.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
It's
Good for
really
them.
cool. They're doing a lot of good stuff. If you would have like asked me about Ohio bourbons like 5 years ago, I would have been like, avoid it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
not a lot of good stuff here, but Middle West is doing really good things, and there's a lot of other places now coming along that are doing good things.
Are
But
they
like
like
I-
at the forefront of it?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they really are.
And-
And
Sorry,
yeah, this
didn't mean to
one's.
interrupt.
Oh, sorry, you're good. This one's a wheat whiskey, so like I said, it should be a lot lighter, a lot sweeter
Oh, it doesn't
than,
smell.
than that last one.
Matt would know.
It smells, but not as bad.
No, I don't disagree with you, Matt. It does have a light smell.
Okay.
Yeah,
May-
So
maybe
I
you'd
do
be
want to
alright.
say before we try this, as Jay said, we toured this brewery or this distillery, and that's a cool experience if you get to do it. I don't like whiskey, and I thought the tour was pretty cool. And they didn't just do whiskey; they did vodka, they did gin,
right.
Yeah.
they did a couple different things. It's just a small little place,
Yeah.
but it's a cool little tour. And they did have a whiskey that I was okay with. Is this it? Or-
No, so this one's really similar to that one.
Of course not.
The one that you liked, you should if you liked that one, you should actually like this one more.
Okay.
That one is it's their wheated bourbon, the one that you liked.
Okay. All right. So same sort of thing. Sit on the tongue, then.
Yep.
All right.
Almost got
No,
it. Almost.
I didn't. No rye. I think that's my
That's your thing. Yeah.
No rye.
So you, so you like this one better, Tony?
Yeah, I do like this one better.
And that's the same thing. I was fine with it on my tongue, but the minute I think it's taste buds in the back of my tongue. It's got to be.
Don't
Because
use
once
your-
it gets back there, I'm like,
You don't like to mix your food either.
I don't like flavor transfer.
Yeah, I'm with Matt. I'm the same way.
Thank you.
That's weird.
Yeah.
They start mixing shit up. Like, what the fuck
Right,
are you
like,
doing?
yeah,
like,
exactly.
what's peas and baked potatoes? Like,
Right. You're supposed to
Why?
enjoy one, then enjoy the other.
Enjoy them
mix it
together.
It's not. Goddamn.
And I hate it when people say it's going to the same place. Like, yeah, but it's got to go through taste buds to get there.
And your
That's
taste buds
right.
are all out of whack, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
like
it's
the
the
whiskey?
whiskey. I think it's the taste
This
buds.
actually is not as bad as the last one.
No, I agree with you. It's not as
You
bad.
still made the same sound.
No, but it wasn't as bad. I'm gonna try.
Do you
it
have any
again.
wild turkey in there? I gotta really.
So I was going to.
Dang it.
But I went to a wedding last night, and they had wild turkey, and I was drinking it all night long, and I had a really rough morning, and I was really worried about coming here today.
I can't even look at a bottle, let alone
Yeah,
open it,
so
right?
I had to leave that. When we do the crossover on my channel, we'll bust out the wild turkey.
Okay.
for
There
that.
you go.
So then you'll have to teach me how to drink wild turkey because
Wild turkey is actually really good. I like wild turkey a lot.
Oh man, I don't like
you've
that.
said that before and I don't get it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try one more. I'm gonna try each one at least twice. But oh god, I think I don't look forward to it.
This is a lot smoother, mellow.
Right.
I'll say mellow, not smooth, just mellow.
Right. So for me, like, because I really like a lot of the different flavors I get out of whiskeys, this one is kind of a little bit. It's a little bit boring for me.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
It's like it's good, but it's like
This is
Right.
funny. You got the amateurs against the pros right now.
I wouldn't say pro.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I
It's
would.
it's completely fine. And
It
like
definitely is a safe one for
Yes.
someone that's starting. I mean, or just wants a little bit, unless you're mad.
but yeah, if you're like super into whiskey and you're looking for a lot of flavor, this isn't the one.
I don't know why anybody would be super into whiskey. but- All right, here we go with another one.
The next one,
Matt's the only one that has a car that drives by itself.
right? We're all getting a ride home from Matt's car tonight.
Oh, Tesla.
I ain't gonna go anywhere.
That's true.
All right, what do we got here,
You
Jay?
got a guest room here.
So this is Weller Antique
Oh, nice.
107. This is like Jamie was talking about with the Blantons earlier.
Yeah.
It's really hard to find because people really
Let's
seek
it out.
after it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, this is good. I've had
it's-
this before. This is good.
This is one of those ones that is
this Jamie's or mine?
That's Jamie.
Yeah, let's make that
Definitely
Jamie's.
Jamie's.
all right. There you go. So this
Little
one,
NyQuil shot.
whoops. This one is a weeded one, so there's no rye in here, but it is a bourbon.
This is an actual
process. They leave a little bit in the bottom of the tanks to start their next one with. That's called kind of a sour mash.
Okay.
If it's a sweet mash, they start fresh every single thing that they do. So it's usually a lot more expensive and time consuming to do a sweet mash. That's why most you see are sour mashes.
Because all right, doesn't Jack Daniels, don't they call it mash?
Sour mash.
Sour mash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Interesting. But at the same time, Jack Daniels is a bourbon.
That's the $1,000 question.
Whiskey.
There's a huge debate because they don't call themselves bourbon. They're a Tennessee whiskey, but most people say it is technically a bourbon
Because the form
meets all the criteria.
meets all standards. Yeah.
But the way I look at it, my official view on this is that it's not a bourbon because they don't want to be called a bourbon.
No, they don't.
So if they don't want to call themselves a bourbon, I'm not going to call them bourbon. They're a Tennessee whiskey.
They are, Tennessee whiskey, man. I don't know what it is, but they're against that. That's weird.
Okay.
But
Always.
if they wanted to at some point put bourbon on their label, they would be allowed to do so because they meet all the criteria.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
So try this one out.
This
see
is
what we think.
Elijah Craig.
Oh man.
Elijah Craig toasted barrel.
Give us some history about Elijah. What is
Oh,
Elijah
it's
Craig?
so good. Oh, come on, Tony. Oh.
So there are a lot of stories when it comes to bourbon. Everybody loves a good story, like to the brand or whatever. And Elijah Craig was his claim to bourbon history was that he was the first person to use a charred barrel to age whiskey in, at least in the United States. So the legend is that he had obtained barrels that used to have fish in them, and if you tried to put whiskey in them, they would taste pretty terrible.
Face is pretty good too.
So he was like, well, just burn it. Get rid of
Burn
that.
the fish.
Get rid of the
Yeah.
smell.
Okay.
Get that out of there, and then we'll throw whiskey in it. So that's kind of
Okay.
the idea.
So
but
he-
nobody can
so he-
confirm that that's 100%.
Urban
accurate.
legend is that he
Right.
came up with
Right.
the
Right. So
charred barrels.
And he's very popular. I mean, Elijah Craig's very popular. I mean,
I've met him once.
you're about to meet him for real, and you're not gonna like it. Trust me.
So Jamie, that's a good point. When you first pulled it out, Jamie's like, ooh, he's like all excited.
Yeah.
But he says, I'm not gonna like it.
No.
I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna like it because it's bourbon. I hate bourbon. But why am I not gonna like it?
A little too much overpowering for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
But
so.
so this one, if you're prone to not like their regular offerings,
Yeah.
this one you might have a chance at because again, it should be a lot sweeter
Okay.
if you like sweet stuff.
I haven't had.
did
a
you
s-
go easy on
I
us?
haven't had
That's
a
why I
sweet
told
whiskey
you.
yet.
Don't
here.
believe.
Did you
that
go
hype
easy on
that.
us?
Yeah, I was trying to go a little easy on you today.
Fucker. All right, I do gotta say, you saying to open your mouth as you put your nose in it really helps a lot. Because if not, it's like it punches you right in the fucking nose. If you open your mouth, you're like, you can get more of that.
Yeah,
next
I
time
see.
we
Yeah,
do
I'm
this,
with you on that.
I'll bring some barrel proof stuff and I'll really
What's
blow your
barrel
guys'
proof? What's that mean?
So means we're
so-
gonna hate it even more.
So they put it. So this one's 94 proof, right? So they water it down before they put it in the bottle. Barrel proof, whatever it comes out of that barrel at
That's what it
could be
is.
up to 139 proof or whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're learning a lot. I really really appreciate this.
It is a neat art. It's just I don't like it.
We're gonna
All
get
right.
you converted.
All right, we ready?
Open the mouth.
You know what? That one went down a little bit better.
So good.
This
man.
one's really smooth, I think.
so good.
That's. I don't want to say favorite because that implies that I like it.
This is what I get if they
But-
don't have it. If they don't have Buffalo Trace at Gristmill, Jamie's always got that.
Of the four we've tried, I made the least amount of face with this one.
So good.
It was still a face though.
There was a face. There was a face.
I got it too.
This one to
Man.
me, I get you can really taste kind of the oak and the char. Not to sound too nerdy like Matt was saying earlier, too snobby, but I almost get like this sweet like toasted marshmallow note off of this too. So it almost tastes a little bit like a
Dude,
s'more.
you said my taste buds are fucked up. There's no marshmallow anywhere.
tastes a little bit like a s'more in here.
You ain't get no s'more
Yeah,
on a mat.
nothing like a
You ain't
s'more.
get no s'more on a mat.
Anybody listen to this podcast, don't go out and buy Elijah Craig thinking that it's going to taste like s'more because it does not.
This is all reminding me. You ever watch the Dennis Leary stand-up No Cure for Cancer?
Yes.
No.
Oh, it's so great. And he was talking like, whiskey's supposed to taste bad. So, like you make that whiskey face like,
All right. I'm going to try this one again. I would
Same
say this
face
went
Matt
down
is
the
making.
easiest.
I love it, man.
Look at no face.
No
There was
face.
not a face at all.
I am.
No
I
face.
am blown away. Or you're really
No, I'm going to save this one. I'm not going to even put that one to there.
your level of alcohol is going up.
That could be too.
that helps. Tony
That's
still
it.
made a face though.
Did he?
yeah, I did. I like the
dude.
last one better.
I think this is the best.
What was the last
of
one?
the
Weller's.
Weller,
Yeah, Weller's. I would drink that all night long. The Elijah Clegg.
No, you shouldn't.
Well, I don't. I know, but
Not
I
you,
would.
Jamie.
No, I wouldn't. No.
Yeah, let me try one more.
But the Weller's.
Yeah,
is
I
good.
just want to clear something out too.
Oh boy, this will be good.
Still does not taste like s'mores one bit.
Who comes up with this shit? That's all I want to know.
Exactly. It's you know what it is? It's Jay. Like Jay sits down there and gets ready to record his thing. He's like, you know what? I want to start people saying it tastes like s'mores. So I'm gonna start saying that and see how many people after me say that.
Right.
I do got to know how many people like refer to your podcast like when they do a review. Do you ever get that? Like, well, Bourbon and Baby said this, but I say this.
I don't know that that's necessarily happened so much, but the YouTube, like we kind of call it Whiskey Tube, different channels that
Nice.
kind of do this.
Love it.
The Whiskey Tube community is really cool. Like there's a lot of channels. There's a ton. You can find a ton of people that do the same thing that I do with whiskey, but a lot of them that are way bigger than I am that have way more subscribers and their videos are way more popular. Anytime I've reached out to them and asked, for help, or I've had a few of them come on my channel, even though I'm kind of a small channel, usually I get a pretty good response. And
That's pretty cool.
It's a really cool community.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And I did get recognized in public one time so far.
No shit.
Yeah.
I was at the first annual Ohio Craft Whiskey Festival down in Columbus around this time last year.
Columbus even.
First annual.
Yeah, so
Wow.
they're
Take
doing,
that, Scarlett Sterling.
Yeah, Scarlett. I love that.
So this guy comes up to me and he's like, my dad swears he watched you on YouTube, talking about whiskey. I was like,
Dude,
I
that's
was like,
awesome.
Yes, he did.
That is awesome.
That
We
is
like
cool.
came
That
over,
is
we
cool.
talked for a couple minutes. I felt like a celebrity. It was really
Oh
cool.
yeah.
I did figure this one out.
Oh, this
Oh,
will be
God.
good. This will be good.
I did figure this out, and I'm gonna start something here.
Oh jeez.
People's gonna start.
Matt's back.
I'm back.
Great. You're back.
So people are gonna.
Yes, who's
I
back?
started to realize there is a flavor that I'm getting out of this.
Oh, this will be good.
in it a little bit of black licorice
Okay.
All right.
and about 3-week-old armpit sweat.
There it is. There it is, folks.
I love it.
So serious, but yet so far away.
I can get that black licorice.
The black
there is
licorice.
black licorice.
You know, you were
Yeah, a
on
little bit.
spot with black licorice.
No, it does. It
and
does
then
a little bit.
You ruined it with the armpit.
I think you're just smelling your own armpit sweat.
That could be.
He does it all the time. One of Jen's complaints about it.
Oh shit. Yeah, you didn't give one compliment to your wife tonight. And usually that's like
I don't think it's every time.
almost every time, dude.
You thinking that's a staple, huh?
I'm pretty sure.
My wife is a great wife. I gotta say.
No,
She is
wife
pretty
is a
cool.
great
I'll
wife.
compliment her.
Thank you,
she's
Jay.
cool.
She is cool. I just Matt always
yeah.
makes sure he announces it.
He has to stay out of the doghouse.
My wife is awesome, by the way.
Your wife
There you
is
go.
awesome.
There you go.
She'll never,
You know what?
She'll never listen to this.
You know what?
I'm sure she'll think it sucks.
She's not that great.
Tony thinks she sucks.
Wow. All right, Rose. I
Suck
have
it.
no part of that.
Oh shit.
Oh,
No, me
Jesus.
and Rose joke about that because she gets so mad that we talk about that all the time.
Rose is hilarious. She
I
cracks
know.
me up. And poor Jay has to sit through that. He's sat through this for how many years now? and it's funny when they're out and about because Rose, I don't know if she is so. I haven't seen it so much anymore, but Rose used to be like the picture queen.
Mm-hmm.
And here, take a picture of us. Take a picture. And Jay's never in the picture because Jay's always taking the picture.
Yeah, I'm like the Instagram husband.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
Can we do a selfie? No.
But
yeah, she's calmed down on that a bit, but it's still there. It's to the point though. Like our Max, our son, he's in this stage right now where if you pull out your phone, he's like, no pictures. No pictures.
That's awesome.
Smart kid.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, good old Rose.
Yeah. Get you in trouble.
Well, Jay,
Picture.
this was awesome. I actually
yeah.
enjoyed it. I
No,
I
no,
knew-
man,
I knew I
seriously.
wasn't gonna like the bourbons.
But he did take it
Hey,
easy on us.
you were a trooper.
This is
I will
round
give
one.
you credit
You-
that
you and
did
Tony
not
both.
puss out,
Yeah.
man.
This is round one.
Yes.
I'm going to call it that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll call it that too.
We
Hey,
got round 2 coming
just
up.
gonna tell you right now. Be honest, we're gonna need a DD to go over his house.
We
man.
probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably should.
So.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just saying.
So
1, 2, 3, not it. Hey,
I was
Tony, I got the idea. Why don't we have the guy that don't fucking want the judges fucking drive?
That has the car that drives itself.
Yeah, I mean he's got it
I was
all figured out.
I was
Like,
thinking one of the wives.
yeah, there you go.
whatever. I was, he's got it all figured out.
I like that too.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's
So
true.
so what do you have? Can we get a little sneak peek of what you have planned for us when we come visit you?
So we'll do something similar. I thought about trying to maybe have you guys kind of quiz me, make me guess, like
Nice.
kind of
I
what
like
we're
that
drinking. Like
idea.
if I give you, if I kind of let you have reins to my collection.
Yeah,
Blindfold.
And you try to figure out if you can taste it. What it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, see if I
I
can
like
figure it
that,
out.
Jay.
I really
that.
like that idea. Yeah, that'd be fun.
So you can kind of test and see how bad I am at this.
Okay,
Nice.
I like that idea. Yeah,
And we
that'd be
got to
fun.
follow up quick with this because we got to keep that ball
Yeah.
rolling too. I mean,
Yep.
we got to get this shit out, thrown out, and
right.
then figure
yeah.
out with Jay's
yeah,
schedule.
it's already going, so we got to keep
Yeah.
it moving.
Yeah.
Now, Jay, have you ever had a whiskey company yet come to you and say, "Hey, we want you to sample our bourbon and tell people what you think"?
Actually, that just happened recently.
Really?
Nice.
One of my more recent reviews was a small distillery called Dog and Shrub Distillery out of Wisconsin. They were releasing a brand new cask strength rye whiskey. Sent me a sample.
What is a cask strength
Is that
rye whiskey?
more than barrel aged?
Yeah, it's the
Or
same
barrel-
thing. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
same,
yep,
same thing. Okay.
So yeah, they sent me a sample, and that they were really cool. In their notes, they're like, "Listen, we don't want you to just sing our praises. Tell us what you really think. If it sucks, we want to know."
Right,
So,
right.
um,
That's cool that they open that up to you. Like, hey,
yeah, because there's a debate. There are some channels out there that refuse to take samples because they think that the review is going to be biased based on that. Like,
yeah.
if you were to give out a bad review from a company, they're not going to send you anymore.
right.
That's bad.
Yeah, but
So did you do that episode yet?
yeah, it's out. It's probably like 3 videos ago that I put
So
out.
do you want to tell us, or you want to make the listeners listen in and?
So, yeah,
Yeah.
Let's do a little listening.
yeah.
Oh,
Watch
yeah.
and see my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Dog and Shrub Distillery Cast Strength Rye is what that video is called.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah. If you go to my channel, it'll be one of the more recent ones.
Nice.
Okay. No, I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yep.
Actually, I'll probably just ask you once we shut the mics off.
He's he'll click all the way to the end and just watch like the last 10 seconds.
All right, I was at a guy's house here in Fremont. He's got an amazing whiskey and bourbon collection. I mean, it's insane.
I
And
think I know who you're talking about.
okay, what, do you?
Yeah.
What's he do for a living?
I don't know what he does for a living.
Well, then you would know. So
I
Yeah.
just said I think you know who you're talking about. That's all.
no, because you know what he does for a living. But anyways, he had
So
something that was
weird.
called Hudson Maple Cask Rye Whiskey. Have
Okay.
you ever had that?
I've not had their maple rye. I've had their
They always got the other ones, but they don't ever have that maple rye.
yeah. So Hudson,
Thank God.
their first
Rye.
release they called it Hudson Baby Bourbon because they used like smaller barrels.
That'd be a perfect one for you to review.
Well, here's the thing. I don't like it. So I don't want to buy a bottle just to review it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I took a picture at his house because I loved it, but he said he got it in Wisconsin, and I'm like, how in the fuck? How they decide where bourbon goes, I have no idea. I
it's
really
weird.
don't. It's so weird, man.
And since Ohio is a control state, so
Right.
The distilleries have to sell directly, or the distributors have to sell directly to the state.
Right.
The state buys it all and then
They
distributes it.
distribute how they feel.
Yeah, so it can be hard, especially for smaller places that aren't already in the state, to get into the state.
Hairy Buffalo.
Matt just tried his hairy buffalo.
No, I just
not
smelled
going
it.
well.
I smelled
you
it. I
just
didn't
smelled
even
it.
try it yet.
But we go to Michigan quite a bit. I go to Lambert, Michigan. Tina lives up there. Our cousin Tina lives up there, and we go up there. And what the hell's the place called? I can't think what it's called. But I go up there and stuff, and they have a lot of the bourbons and stuff that I can't get, like Buffalo
Right.
Trace. Always got Buffalo Trace, and they're like, "You've seen a bottle of Blanton's?" I mean, it's just so weird. It's like they don't see nothing like that at all whatsoever. And the Maple Cast too is the same. It's like they're like, "Oh, we've never seen that." Like, oh my gosh, and they don't have a control price,
Right.
So when they get their stuff, I mean, it's like crazy. They can charge what they want
Yeah.
for whatever they want. It's like, oh my god,
That's
man.
kind of like the give and take of being a control state. The great thing about it is they
Right.
have to sell it at retail.
Yes,
The bad thing is you don't get as much options.
Right.
So like if you go to like Michigan, they get more stuff. They usually have a better selection, but you're paying a lot more generally if it's a highly requested bottle.
all right. Have you tried Charles Woodson's whiskey?
No, I haven't yet.
We had it here.
I have a bottle of it, so
Okay.
I'll bring it. I'll
Okay.
bring it to the show. I
Cool.
will. Yeah.
Cool.
I'll
So
bring
they
it to the show.
do. His whiskey does something really similar to how I said Cleveland whiskey does, where they wrap
Yes,
it,
they try
age
to
it.
face it. Yep,
Yeah.
they try to force it.
Oh, you know what?
That's it.
You'll have to review it when we come.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's what he just kind of said.
You know, he said he was going to bring it. He didn't say he was going to review it. He can drink it without reviewing it.
And he's gonna. Oh
Fucking
God.
anti-judge motherfucker. Fuck him. But anyways, Jay, I'll bring it. I'll bring
Awesome.
it.
Yeah. I've been looking forward to trying it at some point.
It's really okay.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing spectacular. I mean, obviously it's commercialized because it's Charles, but it's really not bad. It's pretty good. So yeah, I'll bring it.
There's a guy, well, probably the most famous bourbon, the kind of journalist reviewer. His name's Fred Minnick. He reviewed it and he liked it. So
Yeah, I drank the whole bottle. I mean, there's bottles that I have that I still have not finished because I just don't like.
You're trying to hold that. Matt's drinking his Hairy Buffalo. He's
It-
emotionally like, it's not bad,
it
but he's like
actually-
holding back tears.
No, it actually wasn't bad. I mean,
Yeah.
it smells horrible, but it wasn't bad.
Oh, you're holding back tears.
I think maybe I am drunk.
You fucker. Oh shit. Yes. So that's okay. Question I gotta ask: what's your favorite bourbon?
I hate that question. Absolutely.
I'm telling you,
hate
man,
that
it's
question.
hard to say one.
Yes, because it's look.
What's your
bourbon-
go-to?
They're all my
What is-
favorites.
What when you go out and you look and you say, "Oh, I'll drink that in a heartbeat." I mean,
He's gonna go for the one he doesn't know.
You see, yeah, the thing you always trying to try something new.
you're a connoisseur, so you
Yeah,
you always
just
look for the new
always
stuff.
looking for
All
something
right,
new.
that's
But the cool thing about bourbon and just whiskey in general is there's so much of it that like there's always something like there's no way to drink it all.
good. Right.
So that's why I own so many bottles. So I get like I'm like, oh, I gotta try that. I gotta
What's
try
this?
this.
It's just like you saying 49 reviews, 49 different bottles you tried.
Mm-hmm.
Some people would say, "Wow, that's a lot." That's not even touching the iceberg,
Right,
man.
yeah.
That's just a part of
How
it.
many
I
are
mean,
out there?
Oh, jeez, dude, it's
If
insane.
you had to guess,
Oh.
too many to count.
Oh,
Thousands.
yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Wow.
like
You're talking all
2,500 or like 10,000.
different- You're talking
like
different states that have their own
above that?
distilleries.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Really?
dude, you're talking different states that have their own distilleries on top of all the big marketers.
And all these distilleries, they don't just put out one brand.
Yeah, it's like 4 different types. 5. I mean, it's
Like Buffalo Trace Distillery has like 40 brands
Yeah.
that they put out.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy,
Jesus.
crazy, man.
That,
but it's fun.
It is fun.
awesome.
This was fun.
This
This-
was fun. This
This
was
was great. I am
enjoyed
so
it.
glad that we did this.
I enjoyed
When
it.
Matt first said, "Hey, Jay wants to do this," I was like, obviously I was sold. I mean, it was a no-brainer. I'm like,
Yeah.
he's gonna bring bourbon. We're gonna go to his place and
And
do the bourbon
here's the
stuff as
thing.
well. I mean, it's like a no-brainer,
Right.
for us.
Jay always, and switched because we've had other podcasts on here, but we've
Right.
never been there. So this would be cool that we're going to their
Yes,
podcast.
I'm and video.
right.
Jay's
right.
got video, which
But
is,
here's the thing about
might
that.
not be good.
Hey,
dude,
you know what?
after it's all said and done.
I gotta
you
tell
may
you.
regret that, brother.
Right.
We're not far away from video, by the way.
Oh,
The software that we use.
Oh, the
on,
snore.
hold on.
Hey, this is our chief engineer and producer.
Let's not make any
at Rock
declarations.
House
No.
Studios. Hey,
2022 is the year of the podcast.
he heard it. He fucking heard it.
Let me tell you this: the software that we use, the software we use now supports video.
Hey,
Wow.
Nice.
I love that Jay heard that and brought it up.
Yeah.
Second
He was
podcast of
sitting
the
there
year.
quietly.
He got
like,
to hear
oh
that
my God.
Easter podcast episode just in case
He got to
you're
hear
wondering.
bits and pieces.
bits and
of
pieces
it, yeah.
of it. Yeah, so.
And that was a statement that was made. Was
Yeah, it was.
that 2022 was going to be the year of the podcast. We're going to make up for the couple months we
right.
missed last
The
year.
couple of months.
We missed
No, that we
one
missed
month.
last
No, that's what
we
I'm saying,
missed
yeah.
one 12 episodes or 11 out of 12.
But we missed January.
Yeah,
January, and then we missed
we missed a lot.
Yeah.
March, April,
Everybody.
May, June, July, August. Hey.
Hey,
And
We're back.
September. This is October.
Guess who's back?
Shady's back.
again.
We're shady.
Podcast back.
JpH
Tell
is
your
back.
friends.
We're shady.
Yeah.
Or is this the Tony Taylor podcast, right?
He's too busy singing to hear that.
What did he say?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Did he say JMT?
No,
he didn't.
Oh, right.
Even
I'm
better.
okay with
So
it.
Even better.
that's one thing I do want to say because you brought up that Jay wanted to do this. It
Yeah.
was Jay's idea
Yes,
to
it
do
was.
this.
Yes.
And
excellent
Jay
idea.
often comments on our
Oh
Facebook.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's very active with
I
with
can't
us.
stand his comments, but
Less Matt.
but
That's Matt. I fucking love it. Too much bass.
but it does show that he listens to our podcast
I
because
do.
he said he wanted to do this because you do the bourbon and a
Oh,
beer.
hell
Yeah.
yeah, baby. That's great. The greatest moment ever was that gristmill.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yes, it was.
And all that you were mad about because you were fucking pissed because I went from a beer and a shot to, and you go, what the fuck? I said 1 round, and I didn't know what to say, and I said, which I don't regret saying because it's followed me forever, is I always have a burn with my beer.
And then my look was like,
Yeah,
Tony was
looked at me
like,
like,
what?
Fuck.
I drink with you all the time. At this point in time, I'm like, I'm just trying to get the fucking bourbon, man. They had Buffalo Trace. All I wanted was that fucking shot. That was all I wanted.
But that's what brought us to here.
Oh,
because
yeah.
then
Full
Jay
circle,
heard that.
baby.
So thank you for listening to our podcast.
Oh, yes,
first
Jay.
of all.
Yes,
in
please.
all
Thank
honesty,
you.
I really enjoy. I haven't missed an episode.
Awesome.
Thank
I
you.
really
Well,
enjoy
you
listening.
Especially this year.
You have. He has missed one episode.
Oh, yes. Well, everyone
The one
has.
we're not going to
The
release.
Easter one, yes.
wait, have you the misunderstood lyrics? Have you heard that one?
I have.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
So he does not listen just on YouTube.
All right, well, hey.
If you don't have YouTube,
Oh no,
if you only have YouTube, you've missed an episode besides just one.
Spotify, all them places. I mean, all the
Yeah.
places. To look
even though I'm on YouTube, when I'm listening to like a long podcast like your guys's,
Yeah.
I prefer to do it like through a podcast app as opposed
Yeah.
to. So
Right.
I listen to mine on like iTunes or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we
You can
are we
change
too
the
long?
speed,
Do you
that's
think we're
fun.
too long?
No,
Be
I
honest.
like longer podcasts.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh.
It's
I've-
a mixed group. It's a mixed.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
fans, some of them are a little bit older, and they've told us that they like the little bit shorter versions.
Hey.
And then the younger ones say they like the old ones, and then I get everybody just like we can't get enough. So
my
it's-
mom,
it's like,
my mom
great.
is older, but not old.
I didn't
She's
say your mom.
older,
You're-
but she likes the. She doesn't mind the long one.
I mean, I don't listen to it in just one sitting, but like
Right,
if
yeah.
I'm
Yes.
like washing the dishes or something,
yeah.
I put it
Yep.
on, or if I'm mowing the lawn, I'm able to
Yep.
put it on, and
Nah, we
stuff
like
like
to
that.
hear that, man.
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, hopefully everybody comes back. And Sonny said that he's gonna plug the hell out of this episode once we release it and help us out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
hey,
talking to him yesterday at the job. We had the job fair at
Yeah.
the
At the
farmers
farmers
market
market.
and stuff. But he said that he'll help us out, and and get it back out there. Let everybody know we're here back.
Real quick, I do want to say if you enjoyed this podcast, especially even if you didn't, check out Bourbon or Baby and a Bourbon.
Bourbon and a baby.
Bourbon
Bourbon
and a
and a baby.
I don't know why.
The bourbon is
I-
first, the baby is second.
Bourbon and a Baby.
Yes.
Jay's an awesome guy, and he does do a hell of a podcast. It's fun to watch.
It is fun.
Even if you don't drink bourbon. I don't drink bourbon, and I've watched more than one of his podcasts just to
Yes.
watch him.
Appreciate it.
And if you do enjoy drinks, go see him at the Renaissance.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
and,
you go.
you go.
I host a lot of our bourbon tastings that we do at the Renaissance. So if you're
Nice.
ever interested in that, you can even kind of book your own private tasting. So
Oh,
just-
wow.
Well,
Get a
maybe,
hold of-
maybe we need a JpH tasting.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
we
a
just
field
had-
trip?
Matt's face again.
Oh, and bring all the fans. That would be fun.
Okay,
would-
calm
Yes,
down.
it would.
We have to get them first.
No, that would be fun. like sell tickets to it.
Oh,
Sell tickets.
I'm always just,
Well, just to cover the cost. I mean, we don't want to bring like
Well, they're going to pay for the bourbon and
that's
shit.
no that our tickets would cover that.
Okay. Oh, I get what you're saying.
I have mixed emotions because I'm still mad about the whole getting kicked off the American Idol thing
Yeah. Yeah.
for the River.
I think we were too harsh, and they didn't like that.
I don't think that's it at all.
I
I
think-
really don't.
I really think that they were like, "Whoa,
I-
Mark lost."
No, it happened before Mark lost.
Wow, I know that's what I'm saying. They're like, "Wow, Mark lost. We fucked up." Yeah, we'll see. Have fun with Amber and Bambi and who else? Jay and Troy.
I will
See,
judge
that's
the
what's
shit
funny.
out of
I'll
those
be
races.
rooting for Jay. That's all I got. to
Okay,
say.
so like we had the same. We didn't even have the same judges all 3 years. Mark won.
No,
we did-
Tony, it don't matter.
No,
They
we
voted.
You're right.
I tell you what.
We had two of the same judges all 3 years that Mark won.
Okay.
I only did 1 year that Mark won
That's right.
because nobody else had a better fucking rib.
Well, wait.
Not that matters.
So how many? Did Greg judge it 3 years? 4 years now or 3?
3.
I think he did 3.
He did 2 with me and 1 before me. Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait till tomorrow when I talk to Greg. It's going to be great. He's going to say, "Are you
Matt's
fucking
face
serious?"
is full of regret right now for bringing that up today.
I've been agonizing over this since June.
Oh, no worries. It's done and over
And-
with now.
You know
You're
what?
fine.
You didn't bring it up during Frankenhooker at all.
I
That's
wasn't
'cause-
planning on
hey,
bringing it up to here. But
That's because I was banned from it. That's why.
I do
Oh,
love that I said I got an announcement to make, and you had some idea, and Jamie looks right at you.
Knew
goes,
instantly.
Nope, we're not judges anymore.
fucking asshole. You know what?
You know what? I'm gonna be at my mom's house with a megaphone.
Yeah.
Say, "Fuck those ribs! Fuck those ribs!"
I'm gonna be in the car honking the horn. Fuck those ribs! Honk! I'm like, who's this guy that keeps driving around? Oh,
Hey, and then Gene can light up the F-150.
tell everybody.
Thunderstruck.
Don't bring no sides. Rebel against the judging. There you go, Jen. Now Jen's gonna be mad.
no,
God damn it, man!
all
You
right.
take that back.
All right, I will say,
Oh my.
Oh God, here we go. Jen wanted new judges too.
no, the judges may suck this year, but we're gonna have
Wow.
we're gonna have J.K. Raz there this year. That's exciting, right?
We don't care. We don't care.
Oh, I
We
kinda
are
do.
the- we are
I
the
kinda
core.
Do.
We are the core.
We
Shut
this
the
is
fuck
only
up.
your second year.
Listen, you follow my lead. You
No,
shut
I'm
the fuck
not
up.
following your lead.
We
Fuck
are the
you.
core of the success of this fucking goddamn Rib Redemption.
J.K. Raz.
Oh my god.
We're having
J.K.
J.K. Raz.
when you
Yeah.
base the entertainment above the cooks and the hey cooks, that's where your host cares most about, not about you guys, about the entertainment.
I just had somebody say that they live for great harmonies. I told the time when we saw J.K. Raz.
Oh.
And we went up to see, I go, these harmonies are too perfect. We got to see
Yeah.
if they have like a harmonizer pedal.
right?
What,
yeah.
what are you doing right now? Seriously.
Dude, I'm
Stop talking.
Whatever,
He's trying to get back
whatever's
in. He
Right.
wants to judge
no,
again.
No, fuck it. Whatever happened, I'm doing what's right. That's all.
What?
J.K. Raz is good.
Hey.
That's all I'm saying.
We're gonna make shirts.
I like that idea too.
Fuck yeah, bro. Hey. Fuck yeah. You seen it here first, people. Well, you heard it here first. At least you'll see it at Jay's episode. But yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna make shirts, Tony.
All right, sounds
That's
good.
right.
All right, one more song and let's get out of here.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hey,
Jay.
want to thank Jay so much for coming
Thank
here,
you,
man.
Jay.
We look forward to visiting you and
That's
kinda-
going to be fun. That's going to be a
Yes.
lot of fun.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm
really,
excited. I'm
really
excited.
appreciate you having me.
No, we appreciate you.
Thanks
man.
for coming. Thanks for listening.
And again, Bourbon and the Baby. We'll put that on the website. Check it out. A very good episode.
Yeah, you gotta find out how-
Podcasts are great.
You
man.
gotta
Subscribe
find out-
to my channel.
Subscribe to the channel.
Or
Yes.
Max is gonna grow up and think he's worthless.
Don't do that to
Don't
Max.
do that to him.
Please. I'm asking you, as a non-judge,
Do it for Max.
as a non-judge, the 2023 Rip Redemption. I'm asking you, please subscribe to this channel so that Max does not feel that way.
What's the name of this last song we're gonna hear?
Oh shit, man! Wait a minute, you guys me. It's not even right, man. Oh, I can't read it.
Here, give it to me. Give it.
Wait, who's the drunker one here? Let's have
I
Tesla
can't
it
read.
to it.
Anyways.
Oh my God, I can't read it.
Oh, stop! You have these days that
Where,
we just.
where far out art thou?
I hate you. We're gonna have to edit this.
Yeah, I can't read. Jamie, I cannot read that.
Give me it back. This is Kalen Wheeler again. Where's the time gone, man? Check it out. Check him out on Facebook, Kalen Wheeler, and let's go.
Here I stand, I'm looking in the mirror. I barely recognize the face I see so clear. Well, so much time has passed, it just slipped away. Where has it gone? I ask, but no one will say. Where has the time gone? Can I have it back? Seems like just yesterday I was sitting on my dad's lap, and me and Grandpa were fishing down in the creek. Time goes by a lot faster than you think. Now I stand, I'm staring through a sheet of glass, watching the world turn